Hello everyone, Adrienne here. So today I have a very exciting absinthe review, and I am finally reviewing the final product of an absinthe that my friend Dr. Justin Sledge of Esoterica has been working on for quite a long while. If you guys have seen the review from a couple years ago, I actually reviewed one of the prototypes of the product that I'm going to be reviewing today. So Dr. Sledge was very kind and generous to send me a bottle of his absinthe, which is Isabella Absinthe Supérieure, or Isabella if you want to go the Spanish pronunciation. So I am so thrilled that he sent this to me to review, and Dr. Sledge, if you're watching, thank you so much. I really appreciate your support. You are so sweet. Dr. Sledge has been working on this absinthe for quite some time, and I'm really proud of him for all the hard work that he's done. Anyone who knows anything about distilling absinthe knows that it takes quite a lot of work and dedication. Sometimes it's years in the making, sometimes decades in the making before you actually put out a product. And I'm just thrilled that this is finally out on the market. For the time being, it's only available around the Detroit area, but we are hoping that changes relatively soon so that you guys can try it too. I'm so excited to give this a shot. Not an actual shot, because we don't drink absinthe in shots here. Big no-no. So now we're going to read a little bit about Isabella Absinthe Supérieure. Absinthe Supérieure Isabella is named for the 16th century alchemist Isabella Cortés, whose 1561 Book of Secrets was renowned for containing everything from cosmetic recipes and chemical preparations to the mysterious philosopher's stone, capable of turning lead into gold. The creation of Absinthe Supérieure keeps the spirit of this alchemy alive and well, crafted from a 19th century recipe, including grand wormwood. Isabella is an authentic expression of traditional Absinthe Supérieure. Enjoy with 1 part Absinthe Supérieure to 3 parts ice-cold water. Color obtained exclusively from botanicals. A light sediment may form, store upright. Yes, this is the absinthe that Dr. Sledge has been working on for quite some time. I'm really excited to try the final product. I already really loved the first prototype. There was some room for improvement, but I really loved how the prototype was. Also, another thing that is super cool, the little seal at the top. I don't know how well you can see that, but it has the Esoterica logo. It is so cool. Oh my god. I am going to carefully peel off the seal so that I can keep it as a little memento. I think I'll keep it somewhere on my set as a little memento of the hard work that Dr. Sledge has put into making this absinthe. Again, I'm so happy. I'm so proud of you. So, and again, thank you, Dr. Sledge, for sending this to me. Now comes the part that everyone is really excited for. I'm going to fill up my absinthe fountain with ice-cold water, and I'm going to carefully open this bad boy so that we can review the appearance, the louch, the aroma, the flavor, and the mouthfeel, and give our final thoughts as we always do. Stay tuned. Alright, so now comes the fun part that we all love. We are evaluating the appearance and the louch of Absinthe Isabella Supérieure. So, super excited about this. Alright, so I did break the wax seal, but this is my first time opening the actual bottle. Oh my god, that's so lovely. Wow. It almost has kind of like a buttery quality to it, and I'm really digging it. All right, so we're going to check it out. Oh my god. Oh, Dr. Sledge, the color is absolutely stunning. So it's such a beautiful, bright olive green. It is so beautiful, so vibrant, crystal clear. And I also want to make note that even though the label did warn about the possibility of sediment in here, I personally did not see any. So that's a good sign. Hopefully the sediment is minimal. All right, so now comes the part that is the true test of a great absinthe, which is the louch. That was probably a little too fast. Whoops. I just had my fountain cleaned last night, so, yeah. Alright, The cloud is a little slow to form, but sometimes that's okay. There we go, now it's really forming. Oof. That smells absolutely wonderful. Seeing some lovely tendrils here and there of like gold and little hints of blue here. There we go. Now the cloud is really starting to emerge. And sometimes, even with good absinthe, there are some that have a slow forming louche. It's not necessarily an indication of bad quality, but you should really panic if you get further on in the process of the louche and the cloud just doesn't form. So that's a lot more concerning than a slow forming louche. There we go, now it's really showing. Wow. Absolutely gorgeous color. Alright, so the louche is absolutely stunning. It has this gorgeous, like, golden olive kind of quality to it. The color is still very intense, even though it has been diluted with the water. And I usually really like it when I can still see the green remaining after I've added the water to my glass of absinthe. So it is completely opaque at 3 parts water per 1 part of absinthe. This is great. This is just about the recommended dose of water that Dr. Sledge specifies on the back of his bottle. And there are just some absinthes that require less water than others. Really just depends on the formula. And also, I may have forgotten to mention it, but this is 68% alcohol. That seems to be the magic number as far as a lot of traditional absinthe recipes are concerned for alcohol content. So for the louche, I'm going to give that 4.5 stars. It's absolutely stunning, and it seems to pass my light test, which is awesome. Anytime that it is impenetrable to light, I get really excited about that because that tells me that there's a lot of botanical content in there. So I'm thrilled. I'm so excited to try the final version of this product. All right, so once again, we're going to reposition the camera. We're going to evaluate the aroma and the flavor and the mouthfeel and give our final thoughts. All right, so now we're going to evaluate the aroma and the flavor and the mouthfeel of Absinthe Isabella Supérieure. So, all right, here we go. Oh, that is incredibly floral and so fresh, and I know kind of what some of the floral notes in there are, and they are definitely recognizable from the prototype that I tried a few years ago. And I don't know what it is. It has a kind of buttery quality that I wasn't quite expecting. Whatever it is, I'm digging it. It definitely smells and feels really rich when I go in for a sniff, and I really love it. The Holy Trinity is definitely there. I remember the prototype had a little bit of nuttiness to it, but I'm not smelling that as much here. And I'm kind of digging that because this definitely smells a little bit more like a traditional absinthe. But there's still something like undeniably earthy and almost soily, but not in like a dirty way, but in a very clean, earthy, floral sort of way. I really like it. Yeah, there's like it's not too heavy on the anise, which sometimes can be a good thing. And there's definitely the peppery fennel coming through, and then the minty and dry wormwood coming through at the end. And definitely getting the hyssop and the genepi. Oh my god, so good. Kind of has a little bit of a chamomile sort of quality, a little bit of mintiness in there. I'm definitely getting some more notes of like lemon balm. Oof, it's so good. Oh my god. So for Aroma, I'm going to go ahead and give that 4.5 stars. So why am I not saying 5 stars? Typically, I like absinthes that are a little bit more forward on the anise, but this is still lovely as hell. Oh my god, it's so good. And it's really exciting to see the progression of the product. All right, so now we're going in for a taste, and as always, santé, and please drink responsibly. Ooh! Oh my god, I really like that aftertaste, but I'll get to that in a minute. Oh my god. Ooh, oh my god. Wow. So, initially, you are definitely getting the gorgeous, like, Holy Trinity in there. The fennel, the anise, the wormwood, that little dry mintiness kind of gives a little bite at the end, kind of like a bite of your bottom lip at the end of a kiss. Really love it. And then when the mouthfeel and the aftertaste comes in, it's magical. It's almost like confectionery. I don't know what kind of sorcery he pulled here, or alchemy, I should say, but that aftertaste was divine. Oh my god. Obviously, he's not using sugar in this recipe because he knows better. But it had like an almost confectionery quality at the end that I just loved. Like flowery confectionery. Kind of reminded me a little bit of like Turkish Delight. Oh my god. That was incredible. Whew. So the flavor I am going to give the rare 5 stars. Wow. And then as we enjoy a little more of it, we will get more into the mouthfeel and the aftertaste. So I'm going to take another sip of this. Oh my god, it's so good. Wow. Yeah, it definitely has the faithful Holy Trinity coming through. Oh my god, that is making me drool. I'm so sorry. So the Holy Trinity is coming through. There's definitely some lovely tingly sensations coming from the wormwood, which is great. It's definitely flowery and it's definitely sweet at the end. And I think that's my favorite part of this, is just the dimension of flavor that's happening here. And the buttery flavor is, or the buttery note, I should say, is still there. So like when I opened the bottle initially, I kind of detected like a little bit of like a buttery kind of sensation, if that makes sense. And then when I smelled it again post louch, I was just like, okay, yeah, there's that buttery thing again. And then as I'm tasting it, I'm still getting that buttery thing. I have no idea what it is, but I love it. That's all I can say. So for flavor, that's definitely getting the rare 5 stars. Like I said, this is so multi-dimensional and there's just so much to it. It's not just a one-dimensional flavor. Not that any of the absinthes that I have tasted in the past have been like one-dimensional unless they're like ridiculously bad quality, but this is just delightful. I think a beginner would feel a little more welcome to this and feel a little bit more like, okay, I can get into this if they did try it with sugar. Personally, I think it's perfectly fine without sugar, but then again, I don't really have that much of a sweet tooth to begin with, but that's just me. Honestly, as far as this absinthe is concerned, I think it might take a spot among my top 5 or maybe among my top 10. This is really, really good. Oh my god. So I am very impressed by the incredible work that went into this. I cannot believe how much this product has improved since the last time that I tasted a prototype of it. I'm absolutely thrilled for this, and this is such a big step in the US absinthe market. This really gives the other US absinthes out there a run for their money. Whoa. I'm very pleased about that. Oh my god, that's so good. Alright, so let's talk a little bit about the finish. So for mouthfeel, I'm also going to give that the rare 5 stars because this genuinely makes me want to go in for more sips and just keep getting more of it. And again, that like silky, buttery, like rich kind of quality that's still there. I keep saying buttery. That's just the best thing that I can describe, or the best descriptor I can use to apply to the quality of this absinthe. I have never tasted a buttery absinthe before like this, but it's really nice. So the buttery, like rich silkiness kind of lingers in the mouth a little bit. Actually a lot. It lingers a lot, which is awesome. I love a lingering mouthfeel. And it's tingly, and then once the tingly feeling is gone, then you get that confectionery, like Turkish delight kind of surprise at the end. That is so nice. That sweet floral note at the end is so lovely. So as far as how I would use this absinthe, and so I do talk a lot about like how would I have this absinthe, would I enjoy it more in a cocktail versus the traditional preparation. I definitely enjoy this more in the traditional preparation, but I can see this working really well in cocktails like Corpse Reviver number 2 or a Necromancer, just because it has so much like floral, like earthiness happening that I think it would complement the flavor profile of those two cocktails really, really nicely. And honestly, I think it could make a really good like absinthe frappe as well. I think that would be absolutely lovely during the summertime. Are you kidding me? This would be amazing. Ugh, so good. So needless to say, I'm incredibly impressed by this absinthe. I'm really, really happy with the direction that the US absinthe market is going. And this definitely sets itself apart with how much like work and dedication, and how strictly Dr. Sledge does like to abide by traditional standards of making absinthe, because that's how it should be. So there is a little bit of room for innovation when it comes to absinthe, and the thing is, when we take a sip of it, we should be like, okay, cool, this is absinthe. It should not be a situation where you take a sip and it tastes nothing like absinthe, it doesn't really look like absinthe, it doesn't cloud when you add water to it, and you use ingredients that don't belong in a traditional absinthe, but, you know, maybe belong in pastis instead. Star anise. Excuse me. Yeah, this definitely abides by traditional standards, and I love it so much. This is really, really nice. And I think those who do purchase this and try it at home will say the same thing. This is incredible. Like I said, I am a seasoned absinthe drinker. I have been drinking absinthe for almost a decade now, which is kind of crazy to think about. And I have reviewed almost 100 absinthes, which is wild also to think about. And this is one of the best that I have had. And like I said, I cannot believe how much improvement happened from the last taste that I had to this final product. This is incredible. So, yeah, Dr. Sledge, you knocked it out of the park with this one. This is one of my top 5s now. So, yeah, that's great. I cannot get over that mouthfeel. That is incredible. So let's go over our overview of the aspects of this wonderful, wonderful absinthe. So for appearance, I gave it 4.5 stars. It was crystal clear, bright, olive color, absolutely gorgeous. And even though the label did warn about sediment, I personally didn't see any. So just a thought. That might change as I get a little closer to the end of the bottle, so we'll see. And then the louch was 4.5 stars, gorgeous, like golden olive color, intense louch, incredibly opaque at the recommended ratio of 3:1. So that's wonderful. Aroma, I definitely give it 4.5 stars. It was earthy and floral, and you get the distinct Holy Trinity. And it was a little bit more subdued on the anise flavor than I typically would like. And then there was that really wonderful, mysterious, like buttery note that I was getting, and can't really explain it. I just know that it was there. Personally, that's just what I was feeling. And then it was minty and floral and clean, and then it didn't really have the nutty flavor that I experienced the last time that I tried this. So that was definitely a good thing. And then for flavor, I gave it the rare 5 stars. Very rich presence of the Holy Trinity, little sexy bite of wormwood, kind of toward the end of the flavor profile happening there. And then it blossoms into a sweet floral finish that's reminiscent of Turkish delight. I still can't believe, in all the time I've done these absinthe reviews, I've never said, I need a minute. So that was a pleasant surprise. And then for a finish and mouthfeel, I gave it 5 stars. It had the alluring buttery note happening there again in the mouthfeel, and it was sweet and floral, had that Turkish delight thing at the end, a little bit confectionery, but not in like an artificially sweetened kind of way. So that was just, that was incredible. I'm so happy that I got to try this. So with all that being said, thank you so much to everyone for watching. Thank you so much to Dr. Sledge of Esoterica for sending me this to review. I really, really appreciate it. This is absolutely incredible. I feel so, like, blessed and special that you actually sent this to me, and I'm one of the few people outside of your area that has been able to try this. And I really, really appreciate you trusting me with my judgment and my prior experience with tasting and reviewing Absinthe. This has been a lovely experience. I cannot stress that enough, and I'm so grateful for your friendship as well. Thank you. And to everyone, thank you so much for watching, and make sure you hit that notification bell for more videos on Absinthe, the goth subculture, gothic literature, and sometimes goth music reviews, and a little bit of opera. We do a lot of fun things here. And thank you so much to my patrons for your support every single month. I really, really appreciate it. I cannot do what I do without you. And to all of you, you're amazing. I love you, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!